Good morning. Now I wanted to make a very quick video on the latest changes to the pages from Ceefax live stream setup, specifically where it's coming from at the moment. We do have the ability to play out pages from Ceefax from two different sites. It can come from here in Enniskillen or from Belfast, but at the moment the primary site is of course here in Enniskillen, and it comes from this pile of equipment over here. So at the moment you can see we have the teletext Envision decoder is this one at the top, which you can maybe just about see past all my messy cables. This rack up here is a complete wreck at the moment, but I think you all know by now that that's just how I operate. If we come down here, you will see Playout 1 is the device that plays the music. This is a Pi 0 on a custom card, which produces two analog audio channels, and they go off to an SDI coder, which we'll get to in just a second. This is the IP coder that takes SDI in from the Vision matrix and converts it into H.264 to be streamed to YouTube. We also have a bunch of other encoders and things here which are very interesting but not really within the scope of this video. And also the actual teletext inserter that is producing the Ceefax that goes into the coder, if you know what I mean, is this one here. This is teletext 1Y. There is normally a redundant pair here. There is 1X and 1Y, and then they go to a changeover here which supplies the rest of the TV system. However, just at this exact moment in time, 1X is elsewhere doing other things, so we just have 1Y supplying the system, and the changeover is actually locked out, so it can't switch because there's nothing plugged into the other channel. And the card that's in there has absolutely no bearing to anything, so don't worry about it. Coming up to the top, we have the analog input from the Envision decoder. The Envision decoder, of course, outputs analog PAL. So we have analog PAL coming in here, and then we have our two stereo analog audios come into just this cheap, well, I say cheap, I mean it's a Blackmagic one, so it's not all that cheap, but it's, as far as these go, it's not bad. Converts the analog audio and video to digital SDI. That goes off to the Vision matrix so it can be fed all over the place, and ultimately we can see it here on this CRT, which I have rigged up for testing purposes. If I decided to type in a page number or whatever, there's two ways I can do that. I can do that either from the selector on the front, although I tend to leave that alone simply because if I forget to change it back and the unit gets power cycled, it will default to whatever page is on there and not 152. So generally you want to leave that alone. Instead I can come up here and do 100, say, and load up a page. We can also, what's clever about this decoder is that you don't have on a normal remote is I have the hex keys. So the only particularly different page there is on Ceefax is I can do 1FC, and if we give that a second for that page to come round, you will see the sim status page, which shows various information about the feeds that are being used to supply the Ceefax service at the moment, and various other services that are run by the sim system. We also have the ability to connect or to load up all 6 fast text links, so you have the usual red, green, yellow, blue or cyan, but we also have a mysterious 5th link, and of course the index button. Don't really need to go into right now what those are all for, so don't worry about that. Other stuff you can do top, bottom, stuff like that. And that's about the height of it, so let's just put that back to page 152. And yeah, that's about the height of this system. So I thought you would just be interested to see how the system has changed recently, and how it will continue to change over the next while. And apologies for the mess, and apologies for any outages there are, for example, when I do this.